Hello everyone! Welcome to my world of flavor, and this is my humble kitchen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I'm going to show you guys how I make my version of Italian spaghetti. I'm Filipino, so our version of spaghetti is a lot more sweeter. It's actually very, very sweet. And although I like our spaghetti, I personally prefer the Italiano version of spaghetti. What makes it Italian for me is the fresh basil and the garlic and the fact that it's not sweet. I mean, I do add a little bit of sugar towards the end just to cut out the acidity, but overall it is not at all sweet. It's still very tangy and has a lot of spice to it. It's simple, but it's so good. This is seriously spaghetti on a budget, gourmet spaghetti on a budget. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. Let's get started. Okay, I have half an onion, medium-sized onion. I have about 3 Roma tomatoes, 3 bay leaves, grounded up garlic, about 2 tablespoons, fresh garlic. I love garlic, so this is about 5 cloves of garlic. I have half a red bell pepper and half a green bell pepper. I have fresh basil, ground beef. I have both tomato sauce and tomato paste, and some mushroom, and also some parsley. Okay, now that my pot is nice and hot, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to let that warm up for a second, and we'll add our garlic. We'll saute this for about a minute. Man, I love the smell of fresh garlic sauteing in a pan. It is my favorite smell in the whole wide world. It smells so good. Okay, now we're going to add our onions, and we'll saute this for about a minute as well. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add our tomatoes. And we'll saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes or until everything's soft. Okay, we're going to add some salt and pepper to this just to infuse all the flavors together with the onions, garlic, tomatoes. Okay, and then we're going to add our mushrooms. I know some people don't really like mushrooms, so if you're one of those people, you can skip this. So after it's been sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add our red and green bell peppers. Now, I like to buy my bell peppers ahead of time. I like to chop them up, freeze them, so that I have them when I'm ready to use them. Okay, after it's been sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add our ground beef. Make sure you mix it up really good. Add some salt and pepper. Our garlic powder. mix that up real good. It's actually, we're gonna let this sit for about 20 to 30 minutes until the ground beef is cooked thoroughly. So we want to make sure all the flavors get in there. Add our parsley, bay leaves, mix it up. Mix it up real good. And we'll cover and let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes. Don't forget to stir occasionally just to make sure that nothing gets stuck in the bottom of the pan. It already smells so good. Okay, now that it's all cooked, we're adding our tomato sauce. And we're gonna mix this up very well because it's gonna sit and simmer over low heat for about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, even though it's on low heat, make sure you stir occasionally so it doesn't burn and nothing gets stuck to the bottom of the pan. We're gonna then add our tomato paste. I like to use tomato paste. I love the consistency that it gives. So if you ever find that your sauce is watery, add some tomato paste. It will seriously make a big difference. It makes it rich and thick and smooth. I just love it. We're gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes. It doesn't take long. And you'll see that it actually just changes the texture of your sauce. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat off and add our sugar. Pretty much done. Now we'll add our fresh basil. I love the smell of fresh basil. It smells so good. And then I'm just gonna pick out the bay leaves as I see them. Bay leaves really gives off an amazing flavor, but it's not very pleasant to bite into. So I'm gonna do myself a favor. And that is it, we are done. You can serve this up with any type of pasta that you like. I'm gonna use thin spaghetti today. Here you go, guys, my finished product. I topped it off with fresh basil, Parmesan and Romano, drizzled some olive oil in there, and topped it off with some dried parsley. Here it goes, the fork test.